Hey guys, Pigs here, and welcome to part 8 of Rare and Collectible PS3 games. It's Saturday night, I'm gonna upload this video tonight. I'm pretty tired. I played in a PUBG tournament this morning, so excuse me if I sound a little bit tired in the video, but that's why I want to get this video out. So the first lot of games we're going to talk about today are the Earth Defense games. And there were two of them on the PS3. We've got Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon and Earth Defense Force 2025. These aren't rare, but they're definitely worth picking up. They're not the easiest to find, so you should be able to. I'd definitely keep my eyes out, guys. You should be able to get a copy under $10. I wouldn't be paying anything over that. But yeah, I don't see them very often, so definitely keep your eyes out for the Earth Defense games. Now, the next set of games we're going to talk about are generally rare, and some of the rarest games on the PS3, and that is El Chavo Kart. Now, this was a Mexican exclusive. It's part of the NA set. It's one of the hardest NA games to find. I got a sealed copy off Amazon when they were still on there a couple of years ago. I was lucky enough to get it for, I think it was about $50 they were going for at the time. Yeah, so that's El Chavo Kart. I did speak about this in episode 1 of Rare and Collectible PS3 games, but I said I would talk about all those games again as I'm going from A to Z. And the next one I want to talk about is the exact same game, but this is actually the Brazilian version. This is called Chaves Kart, and the artwork's absolutely beautiful. It's got the statue from Rio de Janeiro in the background. Now this is a little bit more difficult to find than the Mexican copy, which is rare enough as it is, so yeah, I got a good friend in Brazil. Shout out to Lewis, who helped me find the copy of the Brazilian Chaves card. Yeah, so that's two of the rarest games on the PS3, guys. The next game I'm going to talk about is El Shaddai. Now, this copy is sealed. I actually did have a non-sealed copy, but it didn't have a manual, and I eventually found another copy that was sealed. I played it. It's pretty cool. It's imagine like Devil May Cry on LSD. That's the way to describe it. But yeah, it was a really fun game. I rarely ever see a copy. I picked this up for I think about $20 when I was in Malta. Yeah, so that's El Shaddai. It was released in America, Europe. I don't believe it had an Australian release. Please correct me if I'm wrong. There we go, El Shaddai, guys. So the next lot of games I want to talk about are from the Elder Scrolls series. There are a couple of expansion packs. First, I've got the Elder Scrolls 4. This is Oblivion, the Shivering Isles expansion pack. This was only released in North America, and it can be quite difficult to track down if you're not in North America. I believe I got a copy for under $10, and then I had a friend send it over to me. So, yeah, I think that's quite collectible, guys, in my opinion. Next we have Oblivion Game of the Year Edition. Includes all the DLC. Again, this is pretty common, but it's cheap to pick up. It includes all the DLC, so it's definitely the copy you want to be picking up if you find this. And the next one we have is Skyrim, the Legendary Edition. Now this again includes all the Skyrim DLC. It actually includes a slipcover as well. I will show that in my slipcover series. I store all my games separate from the slipcovers just to avoid the slipcovers getting damaged. But yeah, if you want to pick up a game, guys, and there's a DLC version, I definitely recommend picking that one up. That's the better version of the game to own. If the servers ever go off, you'll have the most updated version of the game. So yeah, there we have the Legendary Edition. Again, it's not necessarily rare, as this is a rare and collectible series, but these are definitely on the collectible side of things. Next game I'm going to talk about is an RPG called Enchanted Arms. Now, I've never actually played this, but I don't see it in the wild very often. However, it's a pretty cheap game. You should be able to get a copy under $15. There we go, Enchanted Arms. It's an older JRPG, so it can be harder to find a copy in good condition. Next we have a hidden gem on the PS3 that's becoming quite collectible and harder to find. It's Enslaved Odyssey to the West. I've never actually played this, but I've heard really good things about it. The game's really colourful, looks really good. And it's meant to be a pretty good RPG, guys, so one day I will give this a go. That's Enslaved Odyssey to the West. You should be able to get a copy under $20, definitely, guys. I found the copy a long time ago for, I believe, $7. Next we have another JRPG. This is Eternal Sonata. Now with the JRPGs, this is on the lower end of the scale. You can get a copy under $20, definitely. It's one of the more common JRPGs, in saying that it's still a pretty hard game to find. So if you see Eternal Sonata, guys, definitely pick it up. I used to see it, not commonly, but I used to see it in the wild. I don't see it anymore. So I'm possibly wrong, and it could be harder to find these days. But yeah, that's Eternal Sonata. So the next game I'm going to show is actually one of the rarest games on the PS3. And it's a little bit surprising considering the game it is. It is Everybody Dance 3. It's one of the Blue Label games, and this was actually only released in South America. So if you want to get the third Everybody Dance game, you're going to have to find someone in South America or get very lucky online. Copies can be pretty expensive too. Again, my good friend from Brazil helped me track a copy of this down. This is sealed. Very grateful to have it. Yeah, it's Everybody Dance 3, guys. Yeah, I'll stand by. This is one of the rarest games on the PS3, so good luck getting a copy, especially if you're going for a complete NA set. Speaking of rare games, here we have something pretty interesting. So, the PS3 didn't get a North American or a PAL copy of Everybody Golf 6. It got released in Japan, not in English. However, Region 3 got the English release. This is Everybody Golf 6, released in English. This includes all the trophies. The Korean version is also in English. This is a great series. I'm sure many of you played Everybody Golf 6. It's like an RPG style golf game. Yeah, so if you want to track this down, guys, good luck. It was sold originally through PlayAsia, but they're sold out. I managed to have a friend in the Philippines help me find a copy. And they can be quite expensive online. So yeah, good luck getting a copy, guys. This is Everybody Golf 6 Chinese English version. The next lot of games I'm going to talk about aren't necessarily rare, but they're uncommon. The first one is Formula 1 2014. All the Formula 1 games, this is definitely the hardest one to find, and it can be quite expensive online. However, I believe you can get a copy for under $10, so good luck with that one, guys. Just keep your eyes out for this game. There we are, Formula 1 14. And next one is Formula 1 Race Stars, and this is the Valencia Street Circuit Edition. So this was released in Europe, but it also had a Canadian release. It includes the Valencia track on top of just the standard game. The standard edition goes to about $10. This copy goes to about $15 to $20. Yeah, so good luck getting a copy of this one, guys. So the next game I actually had a real tough time finding. I did eventually find the Australian copy. It's a JRPG. It's NIS publisher. It's called Fairy Fencer F. I've never actually played it. It just took me months and months to find. I rarely see it online. And same with the PS4 Fairy Fencer game. I never see that. I still haven't picked up a copy. So you see this, guys, for under, I would even say under $40. I would pick it up. Might sound a little bit expensive, but I haven't seen a copy at under $40 before. So yeah, that's Fairy Fencer F. Next we have Fairytale Fights. I rarely see this in the wild, guys. However, I did find a copy for under $10 when I was in America. I'm not 100% sure if it had a PAL release. Please let me know if it did. My copy is NA, as you can see. It's meant to be a hidden gem. I've never actually played it myself. Yeah, so that's Fairytale Fights, guys. It's definitely a game that you do not see in the wild very often. Next we have a movie tie-in. It's Falling Skies the game. Sorry. So I rarely actually see this, guys. So if you do see a copy, it should be cheap. I wouldn't pay over $10 for it. But I rarely see it. Yeah, so if you see this in the wild, guys, definitely pick it up. With movie tie-ins, especially movies that aren't popular, the games don't sell very well, and this will possibly become a very hard game to find in the future. Next, we want to talk about the Fallout series. Now, there were 2 Fallout games on the PS3, Fallout 3 and New Vegas. They're both common. The ones I want to talk about are the games with the DLC. So you've got Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition with all the DLC. It's just pretty easy to pick up, guys. You can get it for under $10. But it's definitely the version you want. It's got all the DLC. And in my opinion, this will be the collectible version to pick up. Now, this next one's a little bit harder to find. This is Fallout New Vegas, the Ultimate Edition. Now, you find the greatest hits and the essentials copy are very common, but the black label is actually pretty hard to pick up. I could not find an Australian copy to save my life, and I ended up picking up a copy when I was in Amsterdam. It's all completely in English. It's actually a UK copy, funnily enough. Yeah, so that's Fallout New Vegas, the Ultimate Edition of all the DLC. Again, it will be collectible in the future, in my opinion. Of course, this is all my opinion, so you guys might disagree with that. That's completely fine. I appreciate watching, nevertheless. So now we have Family Guy Back to the Multiverse. It's a really fun game, guys. You run around as Family Guy characters. It's pretty cool. I haven't played more than a couple of hours, but I enjoyed what I did play. I don't see it very often. I picked up a copy for, I believe, $15 a long time ago. If you see it for under $20, I would pick it up, guys. Yeah, there we have Family Guy. I do not see that very often at all. So the next series I want to talk about is the Far Cry series. So there's one Far Cry 3 game I wanted to talk about, and that's this one here. And it is a cover variant, and it was a pre-order exclusive. It includes the Lost Expeditions and the Predator Pack, and it has a pretty cool cover art. Yeah, so it's Far Cry 3, and that's the cover art I wanted to show you guys. I picked that copy up for, I believe, about $10. The next one I wanted to talk about is the Wild Expedition. It includes Far Cry 2, 3, Classic, and Blood Dragon. And the code for Blood Dragon can be used multiple times. Now, this was, however, only released in PAL region. North America received a triple pack. It doesn't include Blood Dragon, unfortunately. I don't own the triple pack. I will pick it up eventually, but yeah, it's just the Wild Expeditions. It can be quite cheap to find, guys. You can find it for under $20. Make sure it's got the code in it. You can reuse the code. So even if they say the code's been used, definitely pick it up and try it. And the last lot of games I'm going to talk about today, guys, are the farming simulator games. There's 2 farm sim games on the PS3. Our first one is just called Farm Sim. This is the 2013 release. Both of these games are quite difficult to find. They're popular games, and they rehold their price. You see, you're going to be looking at paying $15+ for these games. I wouldn't pay more than $25 unless you really want to play them. They're both really fun games. If you've played any of the farming sim games and you're a fan, these are both great games. I've spent hours playing 15. Yeah, so that's the farming sim game. Yeah, sim games. And they're both quite collectible. So, yeah, they were the last games we're going to talk about today, guys. This episode went a little bit longer than I expected. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode nevertheless. Again, the support's been amazing on this series. I'm going to keep it going once a week. I'm going to upload this video right away and hopefully make another one tomorrow, guys, so that'll be awesome. And until next week, happy hunting, and I'll see you guys later.